We've come down to Gulf Shores, Alabama for a multi-day duck hunt. Down here with Stephen Lee. Stephen, Intercoastal Safaris, you've been a guide and an outfitter for a long time. You see people shoot a lot of different guns. Today we're using the CZ1012. What are some of the things you look for in a shotgun for waterfowl?
Number one, reliability.
Yeah.
The elements can be torture on a gun, especially saltwater and sand elements.
Well, and you see this stuff. You take hundreds of people hunting every year. I mean, what seems to work or not work?
So our duck hunting is different than other duck hunting. We do need different chokes than they would need somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people will come down here and they'll think, well, I'm coming down, I got to get the most out of it. I'm going to throw a 3.5-inch shell in this gun.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're doing that for the first time and it does not work out so well. The hunt starts weeks before you show up, and that preparation, getting used to your gun, matching the right load with the right choke and so forth.
Yeah, and that's something we were testing out because we had a couple different loads here. This gun is an inertia gun. This CZ is an inertia gun. And that's kind of one of the features about it, is it'll run a lot of different stuff, and it'll run real fast loads or even light target loads if you're gonna go shoot clays with it.
Right.
Now, talking about chokes, this one has a bunch of different chokes. We put in the full chokes because you guys said full chokes.
Yes, correct. And we did that because these birds are really tough. And so you got to hit them, and you got to hit them hard to knock them down. And sometimes you got to hit them 2 or 3 times. And so that full choke helps get that done. But that's not always the case everywhere you want to hunt. So if you're going to go on a guided hunt, like, call the guide and ask them. There's no such thing as a stupid question. That's what you're paying them for. The thing that people need to keep in mind when selecting their gun is, what is the purpose that it's intended for, and then does it feel good to them? Like Captain Aaron, he shoots a very different gun than I do. We're on the same hunts every day, hunting the same bird, so it's all about that personal fit. But a couple things to look for is reliability. If I were to get a gun like this, I would get the camo pattern, just because that added layer of protection from the elements. We're dealing with salt water, we're dealing with sand, it's getting knocked around in the boat. These guns do get beat up throughout the season, and so the camo, not just for the sake of having the camo, but for the added layer of protection.
You know, it's funny, I think probably most people go, oh cool, camo, it'll help conceal me.
Exactly.
But this is a dipped gun.
And in my opinion, the camouflage does more good with protecting the gun, not concealment.
Yeah, just be still. That's
I mean, we're in a
good.
blind, so yeah, exactly.
Well, and something I noticed this morning, today was colder than yesterday.
Right.
So we're bundled up. The oversized controls, helpful.
Hugely important. Every time, and also where you can put a glove through there. Like today we were wearing gloves, yesterday we were not. But the oversized controls, these big fat buttons, like they're like easily to get to, where they stick out and anybody can run their hand up the side of the gun and hit them. That's what you want. Yeah. Those are really important. You can tell this was designed by hunters for that reason. Something else you said that you liked about this is the price point, the affordability. Yeah, absolutely. Most people that come hunting with us as guides, like, they are weekend warriors. They don't do this every day. And so they're going to use this gun, and they're going to use it for more things than just duck hunting. And so don't feel like you have to go out there and buy a $2,000 shotgun. For $600, this is a gun that I would recommend. Yeah. I mean, it did the job, it did it well. I can see the versatility in it, and $600 price point all day long. Yeah, we've been impressed with it. So it's important, you need a reliable gun, you need to go shoot it. Make sure you have the right choke in it for what the load that you're shooting in it, because certain guns like this one, it'll shoot a lot of different loads. You got to figure out what's appropriate. Shoot those loads before you show up. Yeah. The parking lot of the Fort Alabama at 4 o'clock in the morning is not the time to be asking questions. Yeah. So take a look. If you're a waterfowler, here's a new one from CZ, the 1012.